Hello everyone, I'm Frank and welcome to Frank Puzzles, and this is today's easy level puzzle. Now, take that easiness with a grain of salt because it's considered easy by the people on the Logic Masters Germany forum, and there's a lot of really smart people there. Today's puzzle is called Multiples of 5 Crossed Out by Evan, and here are the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, which means fill every row, column, and box with the digits 1 through 9 without repeats. No two orthogonally adjacent cells may sum to 5, 10, or 15. Hence, the multiples of 5 being crossed out, because we do not have multiples of 5 in any two orthogonally adjacent cells. And orthogonally adjacent just means that they share an edge. So these two are orthogonally adjacent, but these are not, because these are diagonally adjacent, but that doesn't count. So in any two cells in this puzzle that share an edge, you can never sum to a 5, to 10, or to 15. Killer cages. Digits in a cage sum to the number in the top left corner of that cage and cannot repeat. So, for example, these 3 digits add up to 10, these 3 add up to 20, these 4 add up to 10, and as an example, we could have something along the lines of 1, 4, and 5, because those 3 add up to 10. And those are all the rules. If you'd like to play along, there's going to be a link in the description. And now, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. What do I normally say? I don't know. My brain just got just. I just drew a blank there. Uh, Anyways, if you want to play along, there's gonna be a link in the description. And now I'm gonna get started. That's what I usually say. Let's go. Okay. First things first that I see is the 4 cages with 4 cells each that add up to 10. And that immediately tells me, hey, you know what? Those have to be the numbers 1 through 4. So this has to be 1 through 4. These have to be 1 through 4. These are 1 through 4. And these are 1 through 4. Which means the other digits in the columns cannot contain the digits 1 through 4. So these have to be 5 through 9. Well, if you have 3 digits adding up to, and in addition, actually, again, remember, you cannot have 1 and 4 and 2 and 3 together at all. So one of these is going to be one out of, we're going to mark it as, these have to be opposite. They cannot add up. These have to add up to 5. Because if this were adding up to 5 with either of these, that would already break the rule of no two orthogonally adjacent cells may sum to 5. So these have to be the pair that adds up to 5. This pair must also add up to 5. This pair similarly, and this pair also. All right, so we can go through. We don't know about these though. Anyways, let's continue with the 1 through 4s. So it's going to be the similar coloring everywhere. We just don't know what the colorings are for everything. This has to be 5 through 9. And it has to be 5, 6, or 7 inside of the 10 cage, because that's 3 digits adding up to 10, which could be 1, 2, 9, 1, 3, 6, or 1, 4, 5, or 2, 3, 5, right? Oh, but cannot be 2. Okay, well, there you go. This can never be 5, because these 2 digits can never add up to 5, right? Because no two orthogonally adjacent cells may sum to 5, 10, or 15. So this can never be 5. And similarly, by that logic, this can't be 5, right? So this must be 6 or 7 also, which means this is 1 or 2, and it's 1 or 3, right? Those are the possibilities. This is 1 or 2, or 1 or 3. Either way, this one can't be 1. So therefore, This cannot be 4 because, again, these two add up to yeah, these two add up to 5. The rest of the digits in column 2 must be 5, 8, and 9 because the 6 and 7 can no longer be allowed in those columns. So this is 5, 8, 9, 5, 8, 9. If this were a 5, this would have to be 8 and 9 here. And the 20 cell could not add up to... Actually, we know these 3 cells add up to 15, right? Because this adds up to 20, this adds up to 10. The remaining cells must be 45 minus 20 minus 10, which is 15. And 2 and 8 and a 9 cannot add up to... It adds up to 17 already, which is greater than the 15 that the 3 digits would have to add up to. So it cannot be, and it can't be... Okay, so if we know that, this can't be 5 then. So one of these is 5, and we try to have it with an 8 or a 9, it means this has to be 1 or 2. But we know this specifically has to be either 127 or 136, which means 1 is not allowed. So this has to be 2, 5, and 8 here, which means this can't be 8, this has to be 9. These cannot be 2, and therefore this is 1, 3, and 6, which forces this to be 7, so this is 1 and 2. Now, the remaining digits in box 1 have to be 4, 7, and 9. And we know the 2 cannot be next to a 3 or an 8 because it can't add up with another orthogonally adjacent digit to 5 or 10. So this must be 1, which makes that a 3. This must be a 5, which makes that an 8. The 6 cannot be next to 4 or 9 because that adds up to 10 or 15, respectively. So this must be a 7. So these cannot be 7. And this can't be 1, which means this can't be 4. This can't be 3, which means this can't be 2. If this were 3, that would add up to 10, so this can't be 3. This can't be 3, so this can't be 2. So this is 2 or 4. 4 or 9 does not have restrictions next to 7, obviously, and not next to 5 or 8, respectively. This can't be 3, so this can't be 2. This can't be 1, so this can't be 4. Therefore, we know 4 is one of these 3. Let's see. What else do we have? This is 1 and 2, so the rest of the box cannot contain 1 and 2, so this must be then a 4. Which means this has to add up to 5 with this, so this is 1 and 4, and this cannot be 1 or 4, so it's specifically 2 and 3. This can't be 4, so this can't be 1. Okay, so this coloring we can remove, because we already know what that is. This coloring is interesting. And we're just going to color it similarly. This is... We're going to make it orange, and these will make blue. Okay. What is the remaining digit here? It has to be a 3, right? Because a 3 cannot be any of these cells in box 4, so it must be here. The 3 can not be next to a 2, so this must be 1, which makes that a 2. This can't be 2. Oh, well, we already knew that. This can't be 1, and this can't be 1, which means this can't be 4, and this can't be 4. This can't be 3, which means this can't be 2. The 2 cannot be next to a 3, because that would add up to 5, so this must be 1, and that must be 4, which forces this to be 2, and this to be 3. This can no longer be 1, so this must be a 2, which makes that a 3. This can't be 2 or 3, so this is a 4, which makes that a 1. Okay, this cannot be 4, therefore this is 2 and 3. This can't be 2, so this can't be 3. Okay, so those are all set. Okay. Remaining digits. This has to be what? 5, 6, and 8. 6 cannot be next to 9, and 6 cannot be next to 4. So this must be a 6. 5 or 8 could be next to 9 or 4. That's fine. The remaining digits here are 4, 7, and 9. And 4 and 9 cannot be next to 1, so this must be 7. This cannot be 7, and this cannot be 7. The remaining digits here are 5, 6, and 8. There's no restriction between the 5 and 6 with the 1. There's no restriction between 4, 9, and 2, 3. Okay. Remaining digits here. So the remaining digits in box 5 are 5 through 9, obviously. So this can't be 6 or 7. This is 5, 8, or 9. Which can be between 3 and 4. That's fine. This is also not 6 or 7, so this is 5, 8, or 9. We have a 2 with a 5, 8, or 9. And the 2 has to be one of these two cells, because it cannot be in the rest of row 5, so it must be one of those two. Therefore, this can't be a 2, so that makes that a 3, which means this can't be 3, so this is a 2. In addition, this 2 cannot be next to an 8. And if there is an 8 here, this would be next to one of the 2's, which is not allowed. So this can't be 8. Remaining digits here have to be 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, what digits can this not be? This cannot be 9. Oh, well, it can't be 9 in general, because there's no 9 here. This can't be 7, because it's next to a 3. Everything else is fine there. This can't be 8, because it's next to a 2. This can't be 1, 2, 3, 4, so this is 5 through 9. So 1 has to be one of these. So it's 1 through 9. But again, this can't be 8 because it's next to a 2. The remaining digits here are 3, 5, 8, and 9. Well, 2 cannot be next to 3 or 8 because those add up to 5 and 10 respectively. Therefore, we have a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair, which eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the row. So this can't be 5 or 9. This can't be 3, so this must be an 8, which makes this a 3. This 8 means this can't be 8. The rest of box 3 has to be 3, 6, 7, 8. And 3 and 8 have to be in this row because they are eliminated by these two cells. So this is 3 and 8, and this has to be 6 and 7. Well, 6 cannot be next to 4, and one of these is 6, so this cannot be 4. So this is 1, which makes this a 4. This is 4, so this can't be 4. This is 9, which makes this a 4. The remaining cells here have to be 1, 6, and 7. So this is 1, 6, and 7. These can't be 1. Therefore, this is a 1 because of these ones. This can't be 6 because that would add up to 10 with a 4. So this is 7, which makes this a 6. The remaining digits here are 5 and 9, which don't have any restraints right now. The 6 can be next to 3 or 8, that's fine. The 8 can be next to 5 or 9. This cannot be 6. This has to be 5, 7, or 9, but it can't be 7 because that would be next to the 3. We have a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair in column 6, which eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the column. So this must be 7, which eliminates 7 from the rest of the box. 7 cannot be next to 8, so this can't be 8. This can't be 8. We're looking for 4, 5, 6, and 8, but this can't be 8 again. This could be 4, 5, 6, or 8. That's fine. Okay, the rest of this is... let's go through here. This has to be 2, 4 with 7, actually. We know that for certain. The 4 cannot be next to the 1. This can't be 7, and 2 cannot be next to the 3. So this must be 4, which means this can't be 4. The rest of this is 5, 6, 8, or 9, and we're not sure which is which. This is, again, remaining as 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. This can't be 7. This has to be 2, 5, 6, 8, 9, 2, 5, 6, 8, 9, and this can't be 8 because the 2 has to be one of these two cells again. This actually has to be one of the 1s, and the 9 cannot be next to a 1. And so if this were 9, it would guarantee that it would be next to a 1. Similarly, the 1 has to be one of these two. So this cannot be 9. 4 cannot be next to 6, so this can't be 6. We don't know where the 4 is. We don't know where the 3 is either. Okay. 9 can never be next to 6. 9 can never be next to 6. So if any of these are 5, that would force 9 to be next to 6. So none of these could be 5. One of these has to be a 5. This cannot be 9 because then that would force that to be 6. So this must be 8, which means this can't be 8. This can't be 8. This can't be 8. We now have a 2, 5, 9 triplet in box 6, which eliminates 2, 5, and 9 from the rest of the box. So this can't be 5 or 9. This can't be 5 or 9. This can't be 5. These can't be 5. If this were 5, this would force this to be 6 and 9, which would be next to each other, and that's not allowed. So therefore, this cannot be 5. So this has to be 6, which makes that 9, which makes that 5, which makes that 8, which makes that 5. This 6 means it's a 4. The 4 and 6 means this has to be 8. There's no 8 anymore here. The 6 again cannot be next to F9, so this is a 5, this is a 9, this is a 5. These can't be 5. If the 9's in the middle, it would be next to a 6 guaranteed, so this cannot be 9. This has to be 8, which means this can't be 8, this can't be 8, this can't be 8, and these can't be 8. The 4 can be next to any of these. 8 cannot be next to a 2, so we would now have a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair in row 5, which eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the row. So this must be 2, which means this can't be 2, which means this must be a 2. Okay. What else do we have? 4 has to be one of these two cells. That's fine. 8 has to be one of these two cells because it cannot be here. Oh, this can't be 8, so there must be 3, which makes that an 8. That's 3 in the corner. We celebrate because we know we're getting close to the end of the puzzle. We have a 5, 9, 5, 9 pair in column 9, which eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the column, so the rest has to be 1, 4, 6, and 7. This can't be 1, so this is 4, 6, and 7. This is 1, 4, 6, or 7. They can both be next to a 2. Or all of them can be next to a 2. One of these is a 9, because this can't be 9. So therefore, the 9 is eliminated in the rest of the box, and this cannot be 6. Since we know 9 is one of these two, if there was a 6 here, the 6 and the 9 would be next to each other. Hence, this cannot be a 6-9 pair. It has to be a 5-9 pair, which eliminates 5 and 9 from the rest of the row and the box. So this can't be 5. This is a 6, which means this can't be 6. There cannot be a 5 or 9 in the rest of the box. What else do we have then? This is 6. Okay. Hmm. What else do we have here? Okay, so the 5 and 9 both can be next to 8s, can be next to 2, can be next to 6 or 7, that's fine. The 5 or 9 can be next to 2 and 3. 6 or 7. Okay, this cannot be 6 because it's next to a 4, because that would add up to 10. So this is 7, which makes that a 6. This can no longer be 7. This can no longer be 6 here. Seven and 6 have no relationship with 5 or 9, so that's fine. Because that's 12 and 16. This would be 11. Oh, 15. This cannot be a 9. So this has to be 5, which makes that a 9. This 5 means this has to be 9, which forces this to be 5, which forces that to be 9, which forces this to be 5. 9 cannot be next to 6, so neither of these are 6. So it's a 7-8 pair here, which eliminates 7 and 8 from the rest of the column. So this must be 6, which makes that a 1, which makes that 7. That makes this a 4, this a 1. This 4 means this can't be 4, so this is 9, which makes that a 6, which makes that 9. This 9 makes that a 4. The remaining digits here are 3 and 6, right? This is a 5, which means this can't be 5, so therefore that makes that an 8, which makes that a 5. This 8 means this is a 7, which makes that an 8. This 7 means this is a 2, which makes that a 7. This can't be a 2, so this is 3 and 2. This can't be 6, so this is 3 and a 6. And that's how we solve it. Very interesting. I don't think this rule set can be expanded that much more, but this was actually very cool use of it to essentially solve once you, yeah, once you had essentially these set, right? Very interesting. I enjoyed this solve, and I hope you enjoyed this solve, and I'll see you next time on Frank Puzzles. Take care.